This is the book of Second Exodus, chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou well understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Barak Tha Yahweh, Barak Tha Yahushua, Barak Tha Yahweh, Barak Tha Yahushua, Barak Tha Yahweh, Barak Tha Yahushua. Call Lord Imla Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Rule well, been a great example to his younger brothers in the truth, and peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson, and this another edition of Measure Out of Time diligently, volume 45. So let's get into it.
Well, did you feel that rumble this morning? Some of you let us know about it. Something shook parts of the area at around 11 o'clock. What was it? Good question. The experts at the U.S. Geological Survey say it likely was not an earthquake, but they guessed it may have been connected to the military. But the Navy says it wasn't them. The mystery remains.
It's not every day you see the moon turn red, but that's exactly what happened today in some parts of the world.
And Shalakia, and that first clip was basically going into this skyscraper shaking, swaying. They saying that it wasn't an earthquake or something they were saying, but the building was shaking and they got evacuated over there in China. But and why do China have skyscrapers? Why? Because this Jeremiah chapter 51 and 7, it say Babylon have been a golden cup in the hands, Salakia, in Yahweh's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations are have drunken of the wine of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. And all these nations have drunken of the wine of Babylon. Cause Moab is not known for skyscrapers and all this old bullshit. They was an agricultural um nation, you know. Now they got skyscrapers, and the first skyscraper was erected in Babylon the Great. In America, in Chicago, it was 10 stories. It was an insurance firm or something like that. A 10-story building. That was the first skyscraper. And from then they've been building higher and higher, and then these other nations start adopting that same way, skyscrapers and things of that nature. You know. But they taking on the philosophies and ways of the Edomite. All these other nations, they trying to be little suit and tie, you know, trying to be like Esau Edom. And all these skyscrapers gonna come down. I don't know where the scripture is, but it's a scripture. It's a scripture somewhere, and it say that a building shouldn't be no more than 3 stories. And if it's that high, you supposed to have walls around the top of the building. You don't supposed to have no 28-story building. A building don't supposed to go up that high. If it go past 3 stories, it's too high. But let's keep going.
It's not every day you see the moon turn red, but that's exactly what happened today in some parts of the world.
And the upcoming moon will give us a special show, the second and the largest supermoon of the year, and a lunar eclipse. A lot going on.
And a rare astronomical show.
Recently, there was a flare on the sun, so today Dave Leake is joining us to tell us why.
This the book of Acts chapter 2 and verse 20. It say the sun shall be turned into darkness, eclipse, and the moon into blood, a lunar eclipse. Ultimately that's what it be. And the moon into blood before that great and notable day of the Lord come. And they say that these different blood moons and wolf moons, that these are supposed to be rare occasions. But it's last couple of years, every month it's a different super moon, blood moon, strawberry moon, pink moon, super blue wolf moon, all these different super, supposed to be every million-year moons happening every month, So that's a sign that the Lord is getting ready to come, man. And Esau know these things because they got astrologers and prognosticators and stargazers. People who watch the stars, people who, like Issachar, they watch the stars, they get revelations from the stars and things of that nature. They have those monthly prognosticators, stargazers, if I ain't mistaken.
That happens and that effect that it has on the Earth.
And sometimes things just fall into your lap, and that's really what's happened this week. If we could just go quickly to image number 1, here's a picture of the sun from Saturday, and I want you to notice the little sunspot group that's there kind of at the upper left. And image number 2 is from yesterday, and look what happens to the sunspot group. See how it's moved. There's a 11-year cycle, and we're kind of coming on into the next cycle. In fact, in 2020, there was 208 days where we didn't have any spots on the sun whatsoever, but that's going to be picking up. And you can see material streaming away from the sun. We call these things coronal mass ejections. Doesn't that sound painful? And these things leave the sun anywhere from 600,000 to 6 million miles per hour. Whoa. Now, if these things happen to be aimed at the Earth, believe it or not, it can be a little bit dangerous. This is from yesterday, and you're looking at the pole of the Earth, and this is sort of around the magnetic pole, and where the green is there, that's where the air is glowing, and that's what gives us the northern lights. Image 8 shows you the northern lights. And this picture was not taken by me. This picture was taken by Frank Lang in Saskatoon, believe it or not. And he took this, I believe this was on May 18th. So when the northern lights are glowing, it's really the air glowing.
It's going to be an interesting week because we're going to see something in the skies we haven't seen for a while, as a matter of fact.
From Hong Kong to Australia, eyes to the skies Wednesday as a rare celestial event took shape.
Skywatchers woke up early on the West Coast to view a rarely seen spectacle.
So there's the triangle, right?
A super blood moon. Last night it took place at the same time as a lunar eclipse, making the moon look like it was turning a dark red color.
First, a supermoon, which appears larger than a normal full moon. You can see it rising here over ancient ruins in Greece. As for the blood part, well, that's because in some parts of the world, including the western U.S., it coincided with the first total lunar eclipse in 2 years.
As the nighttime sky turned a fiery red.
We turn now to Central Africa, where a devastating volcanic eruption has killed at least.
This Joel chapter 3 and verse 5, it say the sun and the moon shall be darkened. Oh no, that ain't it. Joel 2 and 31. I said the wrong thing anyway. This Joel 2 and 31. The first one was Joel 3 and 15. This Joel 2 and 31. It say the sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon unto blood before that great and terrible day of the Lord come.
15.
There was no warning given of this eruption. The night sky pulsing red as molten rock swept down the slopes of Mount Nyiragongo. When a sea of lava built down below, the local government gave the order to evacuate.
There were widespread power outages in the nearby city of Goma. Residents were unsure of where to find a safe haven. The flowing lava made this road impassable. When Mount Nyiragongo...
Just 6 miles away, Mount Nyiragongo had erupted again, spewing rivers of hot lava that snaked their way towards the lakeside city, home to at least 2 million people.
It's considered one of the world's most dangerous volcanoes.
Authorities had urged Goma's 2 million residents to evacuate after Mount Nyiragongo erupted for the first time in almost 2 decades.
A massive volcano erupting just miles away from your town. It's happening right now in Iceland, where residents in the capital, just about 20 miles away, can see it fuming and spurting, and others live even closer.
Now, the volcano started erupting March 19th and has been putting on a show, drawing scientists and tourists alike.
And it's spectacular. I couldn't believe, even these scientists who study these things, it's their life. You would get out of the car, you would turn your head, and you would see this erupting volcano, and almost everyone would say, wow. It was just spectacular.
It is beautiful to see from a distance as well.
Now, these volcanoes been erupting like crazy this year, you know. But this Luke chapter 12 and verse 49, it say, I am come to send fire on the earth. And what will I if it already be kindled? Yeah, because you got wildfires and volcanoes erupting all over the place, man. And when a volcano erupts, guess what it's going to do? Going to shoot out that lava and start up other fires. What you think the wildfires doing? They spreading across the land and the fire is kindling. You know, the fire's burning right now. You know, all over this, all over America, you got fires burning. You got fires burning over there in the in Greece. You know, you got fires everywhere, man. You know, but that's a little farther down the line. Cause I'm a few months behind on this, but I'm gonna catch back up. Lord willing. And this about 2 months ago, it say magnitude 7.4 earthquake jolted northern West China, Qinghai province. All right, let's go back. Second Exodus chapter 2 and verse Second Exodus chapter 9 and verse 3, it say, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. with that, Lord willing, this will edify. I want to end giving all honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rekakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Rule have been a great example to the younger brothers in the truth. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, it was edifying. Kwam Yashala, Baba, Shalom.